Hey everyone, my name is John Udell. I'm the Communications Director for Arizona NORML. I'm with you today. With me today is Mike Robinette, the Deputy Director of Arizona NORML and the Executive Director of Southern Arizona NORML. We've also got AJ Jacobs, the Secretary of Arizona NORML, Julie Gunnigal, the Director of Politics and Civic Engagement, and Rachel, our Sholo Liaison. And we're really happy to be here with you today talking about our first inaugural lobby week. So usually we do a lobby day, get down to the legislature and meet with folks in person to tell them about the issues and the bills that matter most to you and to us. Today, this year with COVID throwing things into disarray, we are doing a lobby week. And that is really great news for you because it makes it even easier for you to go in and let your legislators know how you feel. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to Mike Robinette, who's got some experience with lobby days in the past, to tell you what this is really all about.
I can't even tell you how much I'm popping with excitement this morning, John. Greetings from Catalina, as we affectionately call Cat Town, Arizona, north of Tucson. It's a bright, sunny Saturday morning, and what better way to discuss our virtual lobby week. As John alluded to, we did in the past, we have done lobby days where we convene on the Capitol and advocate for cannabis-related issues. But this time, as John mentioned, because of COVID, we're going bold. We're going bigger than we've ever gone before. We are going to do a virtual lobby week. You heard correctly, a virtual lobby week. Not only will we be lobbying for one day, we'll be lobbying for 4 straight days from Monday, February 8th through Thursday, February 11th. Now, we kind of call it a real week from the 8th through the 12th, but no one's around at the Capitol other than assistants on Friday, so Friday's not going to happen. So it's a lobby 4 days, but it's easier to say a lobby week. However, I am very excited. I'm scheduling the proceedings, and we have, get this, if I can do it right with my hands, we have it's backwards. 43, I can't do it. 40, what? We have 43 meetings scheduled already. That is almost at a record for us already, and we still have a week to schedule. So I'm popping. My hope is to get to at least 50 meetings, which is over half of the entire Arizona legislature. We have a mix of Democrats and Republicans meeting with us, so it's clearly a bipartisan lobby virtual week, and we're really excited. But what we're really here today for is to talk with you, to encourage you to join us during lobby week. Most of these meetings, in honesty, are 15 minutes. So like John said, this is a great opportunity to be able to meet with your elected officials from the privacy of your own home. No need to drive to the Capitol in Phoenix, and it's much calmer in your own home. If you've ever been to the Capitol and the lobbies of the Senate and the House chambers, it's rather hectic. And some people, that's kind of a lot if they've never experienced that. So we're really excited to have you guys join us. And don't worry, we will train you. We're going to hold a training for everyone. But here's why we really want to bring in volunteers and try to get them situated with meetings with their actual legislators, meaning they are constituents of those legislators. So what we're really happy about is if you can get in there, and we'll certainly be in the meeting with you, but we'll let you talk. The most powerful thing that we can do in a lobby week is to have private citizens and constituents come in and talk to a legislator from their heart. And that's why it's so easy, because it's not a script. It's from your heart, how marijuana has actually improved your life, how it has helped you, or furthermore, how has it helped a friend or a loved one or a significant other in ameliorating their lives, whether or not they suffer in pain or whatever and however marijuana helps you. We find that those testimonials are truly the most powerful messages that we can send. And that's why we're asking all of you to join us. As I said, we already have 43 meetings scheduled. And since I'm the scheduler, I can confidently state I'm going to get to 50. And we'll get you in a meeting. And even if let's say you happen to live in a district where your legislators won't meet, we'll put you in a meeting with someone else so you can at least be able to get the feel, get the excitement of actually talking from the heart with a legislator. And like I said, that is what really resonates. However, we will also, of course, with time, we'll discuss a few bills also. And why we want to discuss bills, I'm going to let Julie talk to you guys about one bill in particular that we need to talk about, and then I'm going to revisit another bill that's a retread from last year. But again, first purpose, have us talk about marijuana stories anecdotally, how marijuana has improved our lives. That is really important to convey that message to legislators and decision makers. Secondly, there are bills that are floating, and some are rather deleterious relative to what we advocate for. And so with Julie nodding her head, I'm going to let Julie talk about one of those bills, hopefully whet your appetite to want to get in there and discuss that bill and say, thumbs down, Mr. Representative, we don't support that. Go ahead, Julie.
Yeah, true story. So greetings from North Phoenix, y'all. Democracy doesn't work unless we participate. And it really matters this year because there's some great bills that are happening and there's some not so great ones as well. One that is especially important that we are vocal about is HB 2084. That is a bill that's sponsored by Representative Kavanaugh, with whom we have an appointment scheduled. And it's a DUI bill. It's a bill that sets an arbitrarily low limit for THC metabolites in somebody's system to be dispositive of DUI. And to break that down from lawyer talk, nobody in any capacity ever wants someone impaired behind the wheel. But what this bill does is it says for many patients who use cannabis that they would be automatically impaired by setting this super, super low limit of 2 nanograms as to what impairment would mean. And not only that, the voters just spoke about this. In 207, there's some really clear language about what it means to adopt good science and evidence-based policy. And this bill goes against everything that the voters passed by about a 60% margin. So it's important that we be vocal, not just to fight bad legislation, but to help good legislation along the path as well. And I know Mike has another one that we're especially focused on.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate that. And speaking of good legislation, I will reference what might a good bill sound like relative to relative to our advocacy. And that's a bill, for example, is Representative Powers Hanley down in LD9 here in Tucson, who is an incredible ally of our work. She has a bill that it's HB 2256, which will add both nurse practitioners and physician's assistant to the list of individuals who can qualify patients. So thumbs up on that to allow patients more opportunities and more people to see relative to getting qualified to participate in the medical marijuana program. However, that's a positive. We're thumbs up on that. However, as Julie mentioned, we have a retread from Representative Bowers, a bill last year. You might recall it was kind of while we were angered by it, we also joked about it because that was the bill where Representative Bowers tried to insert a 2% THC limit into the medical marijuana program, basically rendering it to be the medical hemp program. And so we certainly were opposed to that. But what he did, he's carried that entire bill over to this year in the form of another concurrent resolution, which means it just needs a majority vote in both chambers to get it on the ballot as a referendum to voters. Representative Bowers carries around Alex Berenson's book, Tell Your Children, and he's heavily influenced by it. So he believes that everyone that consumes marijuana is going to be mentally ill. And so what he has a bill that only will sanction research for 2 topics. 1, the relationship between marijuana use and schizophrenia, and 2, the relationship between violent behavior and marijuana use. Thirdly, if that's not offensive enough to get you all puckered up and ready to go talk to some legislators, thirdly, he tacks on a 5% tax to medical marijuana businesses and doesn't even keep that money that's generated in the medical marijuana fund. He shifts it out to fund seriously mentally ill services. So that's the kind of bill we will certainly be advocating against during lobby day. As AJ said, absolutely, 2 big, I can't work this screen on StreamYard, 2 big thumbs down on that bill. And we'll have a list of bills for you to talk as well. So we're not going to send you out to the wolves and go, hey, by the way, here's the link. Jump in at 11:45 on this day and good luck with your lobby week. we will be in that meeting with you. In fact, we're having a meeting Sunday to orchestrate all that aspect on the back end from how we'll handle lobby week. So there will be bills to talk about, but again, if you're a constituent and a volunteer with us, your voice is primary in that meeting so that you can actually tell your legislator how marijuana has benefited you in your life. And that is the most powerful testimony that we can give to show in the real world, here's how I have had a positive influence, or how marijuana has positively influenced me and affected me, and how my life is better because of that. And those are the stories we want to get out there. So to join us, John, what is our email we're using to express interest?
Yeah, so you can shoot a direct email to me or to Mike. I think that's the best way to go about it. And, Mike's email is mikeR@arizonanormal.org, and my email is JONU@arizonanormal.org. And to follow up on what Mike was saying, there's really 3 big benefits of you coming out to these events, and you can be as vocal or as passive as you wanted them. It can be really, really easy for you. But what we want is we want to put a face to these issues, because like Mike talked about there's a lot of false perceptions, believe it or not, that still linger in the minds of legislators. Like Senator Bowers, who Mike was talking about there, believing that everyone who consumes marijuana is going to be mentally ill. In the past, he said people that he knew that consumed marijuana all died. So just you showing up and showing these legislators that there are a lot of really normal and successful, just awesome human beings that consume this substance and don't deserve to be vilified. That right alone is a really big benefit, and that can be achieved by you just speaking up a little bit. Even if you don't want to talk, there's still benefits to you attending. You can just show up, let your legislators know that there's people at home that care about these issues, people that go out and vote in elections and that can throw them out of office. That is really powerful right there. And it shows that when we go and talk to these people down the road, that we've got folks behind us. It's not just 5 people, 6 people, 7 people that are really integral to Arizona NORML, but we've got folks behind us. And on top of that, even if you want to sit with your screen off and just listen, you still get to hear directly from the horse's mouth what your legislators think about these issues. And that can be really powerful to you to go out and tell your friends and to build support in opposition to the bills that need to be either pushed through or killed. So there's a lot of really big benefits that come out of these meetings. It is a really exciting opportunity for everyone involved, and it's a really easy way to be involved and to really make a difference. So with that, I'd like to throw it over to Rachel over here, our new Sholo liaison, to talk about her excitement for this upcoming lobby week.
Yeah, guys, I'm new here still, but I'm getting really excited. This is kind of what it's all about. This is what NORML's about, and this is how we become a part of the change.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Rachel. And with that, let's kick it over to AJ Jacobs, another one of our newer members here, to talk about his excitement.
It is exciting, this entire process, because it's the fact that it's to us directly involved in democracy. These are not our leaders. These are our representatives. In order to be our representatives, they have to hear from us. They have to hear from you. They have to hear what it is that their constituents want. And again, this is the best way to get involved, to understand the process, to see how it goes, and to involve yourself and to be part of the community. And again, it's part of our civil rights. That's what we need to latch onto in order to continue our democracy and to continue to be a free society. Our representatives need to hear from us. They need to hear from you. Yes, NORML is a cannabis or is a consumer advocacy group, but the only way we can advocate is if the consumers also help in this process. And we want everybody to get really excited about this and to be passionate about it. And it does, I've seen it personally, where people's personal stories do have an impact on our representatives. They need to hear from us. Some of them just fly blindly. They think they're doing the right thing, making the right decisions, but they're not experts in everything. That's where we come in. That's where you come in. That's where all of us come in as citizens, as a community, to come in together and to speak to our representatives and let them know what it is we want as consumers, what it is, what we the people want. So please join us. It's going to be a good time. And it's also, the older I get, the more I understand that you need to understand how your government works. So it's just kind of a good thing to understand as well. So we hope to see you all there, though.
That's right. Thank you, AJ and Rachel. And to highlight that, just again, it's so powerful to put a face to all of these issues. So it's very easy for people to go out and vilify the other. And these people that consume these products, they're not like me. They don't matter as much. So when you go out there and you show them, I'm just like you are. I'm an everyday, otherwise law-abiding citizen who should not be threatened with incarceration, for example, for driving after I consumed cannabis days previously. That is an incredibly powerful thing. So we really hope you'll join us. We would more than welcome your involvement. And we'll be sharing some more information on our social media down the road. And we really encourage you to get in touch with us. We'll share our political agenda. Let us know if there's any other issues that are not on our radar that matter to you. And we'll do our best to go out. And if you can't join us for whatever reason, we will do our best to advocate your position. But we hope that you'll be there fighting right alongside us. So we look forward to being in touch with you down the road. And thanks for tuning in this morning.